Good morning, everybody. It's 11:05 a.m. It's October 26, 2023. And oh my goodness, we're getting close to the Halloween. We'll have to discuss that on another video. The witches love that holiday. I don't anymore. Till I found out what it was about. But anyway, this is a tin that I purchased on Temu. I guess it was over the summer. Stay Wild Moonchild. And thank you to the subscriber who was listening to some of my previous videos and emailed me saying, "You're a Cancer. So am I." It seems like the predominant zodiacal signs of people who are targeted are Cancer and Capricorn. Now, I don't know if that's true. I've never done a study. I would like to if I can get enough people to comment what their birthday is or their astrological sign, rather than pinpoint a specific date for you guys. If you're either a Cancer or born Cancer or Capricorn, please leave a comment down below. Maybe we'll get into that another time. So Stay Wild Moonchild. Yeah, well, I'm still wild, and I'm going to read to you something from our local newspaper. One of the things that I enjoy reading in our local newspaper is the judge's notes. When I say judge, I don't mean a judge like in the courthouse that listens to your lawsuit and all that. I'm talking about our executive judge. Honestly, until I moved to rural Kentucky, I had no idea what the hell that was. Because in New Jersey, you're either a judge, a prosecutor, a lawyer. There's a police officer. There's no in between. There's no judge executive in New Jersey. So anyway, I'm going to read this to you. And this is with regard to a House bill application. So while, everybody's going about their business, doing other things, behind the scenes, they are passing these bills and grants and whatever. It's never published. I mean, well, it's published today in October when this is going on back in August. Who knew back in August what was going on? But we found out now in October. So this is a House Bill 9 application, and I'll show you here. It's a Department for Local Government. And wait till you see the play on words, folks, okay? So the play on words is, it's entitled Government, the letter G is the first letter, Resources, the letter R is the first letter, Accelerating, the letter A is the first letter of that word, Needed, the letter N is the first letter in that word, Transformation, the letter T is the first letter in that word. So you've got Government, Resources, Accelerating, Needed, Transformation. So the acronym is G.R.A.N.T program. Oh, how apropos. They're just trying to formulate another grant to get more money into the communities to do whatever they damn please with it. So here, this is what it is. It's the House Bill, Government, Resources, Accelerating, Needed, Transformation, G.R.A.N.T program. The reason I'm actually bringing this to your attention is because bills such as this may be enacted in your community without your knowing it. Okay, and I'm going to read it to you. First, well, I was going to read it from the local paper, but then I realized that verbatim, this entire paragraph, this paragraph, and up to here is exactly taken word for word by this House bill application, and the judge adds like a few sentences of his own here, and you can certainly tell the difference, but I'm going to read it to you. So it goes, this past week, I spent time meeting with several local government and state government colleagues from across the state in two different meetings. On Tuesday, October 17th, I was in attendance at the Moorhead and Moorhead State University for collaborative, you all know that key word, right? for a collaborative meeting on House Bill 9. What is House Bill 9? During regular session 2023, which is RS 23, the General Assembly of the Commonwealth of Kentucky enacted House Bill 9, HB 9, and signed by the governor April 7, 2023. We're just finding out about it now in October, right? So they signed it April 7, 2023. Chapter 186, HB 9, is an act relating to economic relief and support for priority communities in the Commonwealth designated by the Interagency Working Group. There's another key word, Interagency Working Group, on coal and power plant communities and economic revitalization, established by Presidential Executive Order 14008 that was issued on January 27, 2021. In enacting HB 9 with collaboration between the General Assembly and the Governor's Office, it is intended to create and establish the G.R.A.N.T program within the Department of Local Government to enable priority communities to access federal funding for projects that are in the public interest and for the public purpose. Now, I'm just going to say something here, folks. Grants are generally very specific. You need to spend that money on something specific. When scientists and graduate students, PhD students are applying for a grant, they need to be specific beyond specific. They need to define where the money is going, what the money is going to be used for. It will have a name and a title. It will have a start and an end date. You will have to list all of the costs relating to that project, how long your research is going to last, what your research will involve. Grants, academically, are difficult to get, but you need to be very specific. So here we're talking about a grant program to enable priority communities to access federal funding. So this is a bill that allows them to access additional federal funding that are in the public interest and for a public purpose. What the hell does that mean? In the public interest? For a public purpose? That is so arbitrary. It's so random. It's not defining anything. It's not saying, well, we really need funding because our roads are really in need. That our local creeks are filthy and haven't been addressed in years. That it's affecting the fish and wildlife. That trees are falling into the creek, causing flood conditions. That the roads are falling in and on themselves. But no, this is for funding for projects that are in the public interest and for public purpose. I don't know, folks. That sounds a little community stalking projects to me. And at the meeting, we swapped ideas and needs and concerns for our communities. I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall for that meeting. So the grant program is to be used for eligible recipients to support local government non-federal match requirement when applying for federal government grant programs. So what it is they first apply for this. And if it is granted to them, if they get the grant from the grant program, then they have the ability to apply for federal government grant program. And you know about those federal government grants, right, folks? You know, the Department of Homeland Security, the fusion centers, the gang stalking program, the community watch, the citizens on patrol. Yeah. So eligible recipients include public agencies as defined in KRS 61.805 or nonprofit entities that engage in the public benefit improvements to priority communities. Oh, do you know any nonprofit? I'm not talking about the cat rescues, folks. Do you know any other nonprofits, that are engaged in the community that may benefit from this grant program? So I'm going to go back. So the grants would include a public agency or a nonprofit entity engaged in public benefit improvements to priority communities who have or intended to apply for a federal program that requires a non-federal match. In short, now this is where the judge speaks, okay? So please bear with me. In short, this act will help us with match where we need it as far as grant applications go. The match requirements, now listen to this carefully, folks. The match requirements a lot of the time hinder us on some projects. We just don't have the money to match what we want to do and what is required by law. If we can access this money, we can apply for more grants. Yeah, to stalk innocent citizens. Now here's another one. This actually concerns Kentuckians that live in eastern Kentucky and also for people who want to move here. On Wednesday, October 18, I found myself in Frankfort for a joint committee meeting on tourism and development. I joined several county judges and local leaders in support of a funding request for the KMRRA, the working group that is developing a trail system. Trails, to run, jog, bike, for off-road enthusiasts that will connect us to 18 plus eastern Kentucky counties. Oh, isn't that wonderful? So you move to rural Kentucky, right? You want to be in the middle of nowhere, away from everybody. Let's put in a trail system so we can connect to all the other counties so that everybody else can just drive on down on their bicycles. Testimonies were given by KMRR representatives and others of the development that are already taking place in eastern Kentucky due to trail riders and adventure tourism participants. The meeting was successful as we have support of legislator once the official request is given. The adventure tourism aspect is something Virginia and West Virginia have seen boost their economy. It is a balanced boost at that. Small and large businesses are seeing businesses grow as riders coming in to access the trails as well as explore the communities. That's exactly what we want during SHTF. We really want other people from other counties exploring our community. I expect growth to continue as we see more and more people investing in UTV and UTV off-road adventures. Have a blessed week. I kid you not. Yeah, I'm going to have a blessed week, all right. So what do you think about that, folks? Okay, so come to Eastern Kentucky. Bring your bike, bring your UTV. And you can, too, drive from county to county exploring the local communities. And then, after you park in each community, you can scout around and have access to stuff. Hey, maybe I shouldn't sell my property. Maybe I should boost it as a tourist attraction, just the way the former owner did. Wow, yeah, I can bring some extra money into the community. I'm just being sarcastic, folks. You can't make this stuff up. But Please let me know if you have a similar bill that was enacted in your community. Of course, this went under the radar. I'm just reading about it now. And this was enacted August of 2023. And so the Government Resources Accelerating Needed Transformation. It's called the G.R.A.N.T program is the acronym, to bring money, funding projects that are in the public interest and for public purpose. You can't get more vague than that, folks. Hey, if they're going to give out money for that, maybe I should apply. Maybe you should apply too. Hey, let's get a grant in the public interest and for public purpose. You don't have to tell them what it's about. Please hit the thumbs up. I look forward to your comments. Also, please leave a comment down below if you were born in the astrological sign of Cancer or Capricorn, or the other cardinal signs, Aries and Libra. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading, signing off for now.